Hello, dear friends. Earth could have been a paradise long ago if there were not beings obstinate in maintaining a nightmare that is destined to fail. King Jayabaya of Indonesia prophesied that in our time, in quotes, good people are rejected and exiled, the wicked are promoted, the noble are vilified, the wicked are worshipped. Open piece. Prophecies of the Golden Age. Songs of the Far Earth. A song of distant Earth. The new age is that of the sixth race. The weather will moderate everywhere. Earth will be holy and blessed again. Your destiny is to prepare for it all. It will be built around the Brotherhood. Its founders will be the children of love. Divine fire will transform the world. Peace and love will reign everywhere. No human or animal blood will be spilled. It is best to connect with the Great Spirit. Already a gradual amelioration is taking place. This immense wave is coming from the cosmic space. It is written that all flesh shall glorify God. You have no idea of the great future that awaits you. Babaji said that there will be no more wars in 5 years. It is written that not a hair shall fall from the head of the righteous. Relationship will be based on respect and esteem. Humankind will stop sinning after tribulation. Sinning. Let's start. A 70-year-old prophecy says that the Earth will be swept by cosmic electromagnetic waves that will have astonishing effects, says Neil. I don't know the accuracy of this prediction, but it is very similar to other authors' forecasts of the future, given in the last 40 years. A solar wind stream hit the Earth on 4th September, triggering a G2 class geomagnetic storm. When the auroras appeared over Oregon, they became very bright to the naked eye. The auroras stretched from Maine to Washington. In Iceland, the auroras were so bright that the landscape turned green. The storm lasted longer than expected, almost 24 hours. The solar wind stream that triggered the display came out of a large hole in the solar atmosphere. This was just a taste of things to come. The novel. The Songs of Distant Earth is a 1986 science fiction novel by British writer Arthur C. Clarke, who said it was his favorite novel. The novel tells of a utopian human colony in the far future that is visited by travelers from a doomed Earth as the sun has gone supernova. In a series of descriptive passages, the events leading up to the race to save the humankind are explained. Composer Mike Oldfield wrote an entire album based on the novel, which was released in 1994. The album is considered to be one of the best by its fans. Oldfield included interactive multimedia animation software on CD-ROM that fascinated me at the time. The original album cover showed a light blue sea ray flying through space with the planet Earth in the background, which in turn had the sun behind it, almost eclipsing it and producing a whitish halo around the planet. Later, the album released another cover in which Oldfield himself arranges several spheres of white light in a desert of blue, while several marine stripes fly over a sky also bluish and dun, in the light of a moon in its first phase of crescent. Interregno. Peter Konstantinov Deunov, also known as Benza Douno, born in 1886 and died in 1944, left a prophecy that he had obtained through a trance state, in quotes. During the passage of time, the consciousness of the humankind went through a very long period of darkness. This phase, which the Hindus call Kali Yuga, is about to end. We are today on the border between two epochs, the Kali Yuga and the Golden Age we are entering. Already, a slow but gradual improvement is taking place in the thoughts, feelings, and deeds of humankind. But soon all will be subjugated to the divine fire, which will purify and prepare them for the new age. Thus, the humankind will be raised to a higher degree of consciousness, indispensable for its entrance into the new life. That is what one means by ascension. It will be some time before this fire comes that will transform the world by bringing a new morality. This immense wave comes from cosmic space and will inundate the whole earth. All those who attempt to oppose it will move elsewhere. While the inhabitants of this planet are not all at the same degree of evolution, we will all feel the new wave, and this transformation will touch not only the earth but the entire cosmos. The best thing that humankind can do now is to turn to the Great Spirit and consciously improve itself, to raise its frequency level, to find itself in harmony with the mighty wave that will submerge it. The fire of which I speak, which accompanies the new conditions offered to our planet, will rejuvenate, purify, rebuild everything. Matter will be refined. Your hearts will be freed from anguish, anxieties, uncertainty, and become luminous. Everything will be improved, elevated. Negative thoughts, feelings, and actions will be consumed and destroyed. Transformation. Your present life is a bondage, a heavy prison. Understand your situation and free yourself from it. It is truly sad to see so much deception, so much suffering, so much inability to understand where one's true happiness lies. Everything around you will collapse and disappear. Nothing will remain of this civilization and its perversity. The whole earth will be shaken, and there will be no trace left of this culture that keeps human beings under the yoke of ignorance. Earthquakes are not only mechanical phenomena. Their purpose is also to awaken the intellect and the heart of humankind, to free them from their mistakes and their follies, and to realize that they are not alone in the universe. Our solar system now crosses a region of the cosmos where a destroyed constellation left its dust. This crossing of a polluted space is a source of poisoning, not only for the inhabitants of Earth, but for all the inhabitants of the other planets in our galaxy. Only the suns are not affected by the influence of this hostile environment. This region is called the 13th zone. It is also called the zone of contradictions. Our planet was locked in this region for thousands of years, but we are finally approaching the exit from this space of darkness, and are about to reach a more spiritual region, where more evolved beings live. The Earth is now following an upward movement, and all must strive to harmonize with the currents of ascension. Those who refuse to submit to this guidance will lose the advantage of the good conditions offered to them for upliftment. They will be left behind in the evolution and will have to wait tens of millions of years for the arrival of a new upward wave. New impulse. The Earth, the solar system, the universe, everything is being set in a new direction under the impulse of love. Most of you still consider love as a laughable force, but in reality it is the greatest of all forces. Money and power are still revered as if the course of your life depended on it. In the future, all will be subjugated to love, and all will serve it. But it is through hardship that humankind's consciousness will be awakened. The predictions of the prophet Daniel, written in the Bible, relate to the age that is opening. There would be floods, hurricanes, fires, and earthquakes. There would be revolutions, and explosions would resound in many regions of the earth. Where there is land, water will come, and where there is water, land will come. God is love. However, it would be nature's response to the crimes perpetrated by humankind since the dawn of time against their Mother Earth. Then you will know the golden age, harmony and limitless beauty. So keep your peace and your faith when the time comes, for it is written that not a hair shall fall from the head of the riders. Do not be discouraged, but simply follow your work of personal perfection. You have no idea of the great future that awaits you. Soon a new earth will see the day. Work will be less demanding, and everyone will have time to devote to spiritual, intellectual, and aesthetic pursuits. The relationship between man and woman will finally be resolved in harmony, each having the possibility to follow his or her aspirations. Relationships will be based on mutual respect and esteem. Humankind will travel through different planes of space and advance into intergalactic space. They will study its workings and will quickly become acquainted with the divine world to mesh with the head of the universe. The sixth race. The new age is that of the sixth race. Your destiny is to prepare for it, to welcome it, and to live it. The sixth race will be built around the idea of brotherhood. There will be no more conflicts of self-interest. The only aspiration of each will be to conform to the law of love. The sixth race will be that of love. A new continent will be formed for it. It will emerge from the Pacific, that the Most High may finally establish its place on this planet. The founders of this new civilization, I call brothers of humankind, or also children of love. They will be unwavering for good and will represent a new type of humankind. We humans will form one great family, like a great body, and each village will represent an organ in this body. In the new race, love will manifest itself so perfectly that the humankind of today can only have a very vague idea. The earth will continue to be a fighting ground, but the forces of darkness will recede and the earth will be liberated from them. Humankind, seeing that there is no other way, will commit themselves to the way of the new life, the way of salvation. In their foolish pride, some will, to the end, seek to continue on earth a life that condemns the divine order, but each will eventually realize that the direction of the world doesn't belong to them. A new culture will see the light of day, and it will rest on three main pillars: the elevation of women, the elevation of the meek and lowly, and the protection of human rights. Light, good, and justice will triumph. It is only a matter of time. Religions must be purified. Each contains a particle of the teaching of the teachers of light, but it is obscured by the incessant supply of humankind's deviation. All believers will have to unite and agree upon one principle, that of placing love as the basis of all belief, whatever it may be. Love and brotherhood will be the common basis. The earth will be swept by extraordinarily rapid waves of cosmic electricity. Those beings who are evil and mislead others will not be able to withstand its intensity. They will be absorbed by the cosmic fire that will consume the evil they possess. Then they will repent, for it is written that all flesh shall glorify God. Our Mother the Earth will rid herself of those humankind who do not accept the new life. She will reject them as damaged fruit. Soon they will not be able to reincarnate on this planet, criminals included. Only those who possess love in them will remain. And there is no place on earth that is not soiled with humankind or animal blood. Therefore, they will have to undergo purification. And this is why certain continents will be submerged while others will be brought to the surface. Humankind does not suspect the dangers that threaten them. They continue to pursue useless goals and to seek pleasure. On the contrary, those of the sixth race will be aware of the dignity of their role and will be respectful to each other's freedom. They will feed exclusively on the products of the vegetable kingdom. Their ideas will have the power to circulate freely like the air and light of our day. Straightway, the words "except thou be born again" apply to the sixth race. Read Isaiah chapter 60, which relates the coming of the sixth race of love. Humankind will stop sinning after the tribulations and find the way of virtue again. The weather of our planet will moderate everywhere, and there will no longer be brutal variations. The air will become pure again, as will the water. Parasites will disappear. Humankind will remember their previous lives and will feel the pleasure of noticing that they are finally released from their former condition. Just as one gets rid of parasites and dead leaves from the vine, so do the evolved beings act to prepare the humankind to serve the God of love. They give them good conditions for growth and development, and those who want to listen to them tell them, "Don't be afraid, just a little more time and all will be well. You are on the right path. Let those who want to enter the new culture study, work, and prepare themselves consciously." Thanks to the idea of brotherhood, the earth will become a blessed place, and that will not wait. But first, there would be sufferings to awaken the consciousness. The good news is that we have already passed most of the sufferings. The sins accumulated over thousands of years must be redeemed. The fiery wave emanating from high will help to liquidate the karma of the villages, of the peoples. Liberation can no longer be postponed. Humankind must prepare for great trials which are inescapable and which come to put an end to selfishness. Something extraordinary is being prepared. A great and utterly inconceivable revolution will be manifested in nature. God has decided to repair the earth, and He will do it. It is the end of an age. A new order will replace the old one, an order in which love will reign on earth. It is important to know that there will be no more tribulations. We have already gone through most of the negatively generated events that have been caused by people who want to control everything and wish to kill 90% of the population. Their destructive behavior and the result of it has been taken off the menu. The most drastic events have already occurred or have been mitigated, or it has been decided not to happen, as there is no beneficial purpose in destructive events that would harm both natural lives and people. We are well on our way to Gisara and many other supportive global changes. From this point on, things will only get better, especially as all people of a destructive type, in one form or another, will progressively disappear from this planet. There is nothing they can do to prevent the many improved conditions from manifesting. In quotes, in their foolish pride, some will hope to the end to continue on earth a life that condemns the divine order, but each will eventually realize that the direction of the world does not belong to him. Babaji told the Nail last year that there will be no more wars anywhere on this planet in 5 years. He invited him to visit him in person after all the wars are over. Should be an interesting visit. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.